Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl if you're new here. Sorry for the crazy lighting right now. It is extremely gloomy outside. I'm experimenting with new lights. My lighting changes like every other video by this point, so I'm just apologize. But anyway, today I'm here to bring you the controversial book tag. Now, I originally saw this video on the Hardback Hoarders channel. I will leave her video down below as well as the original video down below. And it's just to, spill some tea, to share some controversial opinions. And y'all know I love controversial opinions, and I have a lot in regards to books, so let's just get to this. Alright, so question number 1 is, what is the most controversial book you own or that you have read, and why? Now, I have 2 answers for this because there's 2 different types of controversy. The first answer I have is like The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, where I read that in high school, and it is like widely banned around the United States at different points in time, and it deals with racism and things like that, and so that's controversial on like a global, wider scale. But if we're just talking about controversy on BookTube, then I've chosen Throne of Glass. And the reason I've chosen Throne of Glass is because this is, I would say, one of the most divisive series on BookTube. People either love this and stan it to like the ends of the earth, or people hate it and want absolutely nothing to do with this book, this series, or anyone who is a fan. And so I completely understand the criticisms of this series. I personally, to some degree, enjoy it by this point. I haven't read the most recent one, Tower of Dawn, and I don't know if I'm going to, but I would say this is probably, at least on my bookshelves, one of the most controversial series as a whole on BookTube. Question number 2 is a book with a controversial title or a cover. And the book I went with does not have a controversial cover necessarily, but it was one of the many cover changes that threw book Twitter up in a frenzy, and that is the Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. I, of course, have the original cover. They redid the covers and added people of color on them, and there was a lot of controversy around that because, first off, it's a mid-series cover change. A lot of people don't like that. However, a lot of them are really excited to see people of color finally represented on YA. That does not happen very often, and so, then the whole controversy came with well, people of color are represented, shut your mouth. Then other people were calling people racist for not liking cover changes with people of color added, and it was just a hoopla. Everything on book Twitter is always a hoopla. Personally, I like the original covers better, but I 100% understand why it is important to have people of color represented. I'm not gonna boycott the books or not buy the next book in the series because of the cover changes, because literally none of my series matches. I always have a mix of hardcover, paperback. Some series I have the mass market paperback for the first volume and then the hardcover for the second volume. So honestly, it's a big controversy on BookTube. I don't like mid-series cover changes, but that's not going to stop me from buying the next one. So the next question is one of your favorite banned books. And if you are unaware of what a banned book is, it is basically just, at some point in time, this book was banned, usually from libraries or schools, or from reading material in curriculum for this, that, or whatever. Most popular books at some point, including almost every classic, have been banned, but the one I went for is obviously Harry Potter. This book has been widely banned many times for depicting witchcraft, and I went to high school with quite a few people who weren't allowed to read it. That's just the great old American South. I love this book. This series, obviously, like many people here on BookTube, holds a very dear place in my heart. I'm currently reading The Half-Blood Prince and just enjoying it so much. So when I saw this question, obviously I had to go with this one because it's Harry Potter. So question number 4 is a book you bought or read after hearing so much controversy or talk about it. And this is the only answer I have that's kind of tentative, that I'm not 100% sure on. And that is because I went for just a hyped book on BookTube, not necessarily a controversial book, and that is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. The only reason I went for this as opposed to some of the bigger hyped books I have or that I've read is because this is, I wouldn't say controversial, but it's divisive in that some people really love this series and this book, some people really hate it. I fell somewhere in the middle. It was mediocre, but nothing more than that, nothing less. And so that is my choice for this. Like I said, it's the most weak answer I have for any of these. It's the one I feel the least strong about, but it is my choice. So the last question is a controversial book to TV or book to film adaptation. This could either be from casting choices, plot changes, etc. I'm gonna go with the one that's been all the buzz in the world, and that is gonna be The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the second movie that's coming out, and their casting of Johnny Depp. I don't think he looks good in the role, and then I don't agree with casting him to begin with. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy surrounding him as an actor right now and whether or not he deserves the role. So you can do your own research on that, form your own opinions. I have not even seen the first movie, which, am I a bad Harry Potter fan for saying that? I don't know. But I haven't seen the first movie, so I can't really comment too much on his actual acting in the role. However, I just think he looks really ridiculous as the character from all the screenshots I have seen. But yes, this is definitely a controversial one because there's people that are defending him, defending the casting choices, and then there's people who are really staunchly against it. And then you've got like J.K. Rowling, who just came out and was like, well, we don't really give a shit what you think, so. So the last, like, non-question, but the last thing to do is to tag some people. I will leave links to all of their channels down below, but I am going to tag, got my notebook here, Cat in Hand from Bruisin' Reviews. I'm going to tag Maddie from The Book Pusher, Roya from Unicorn Hunter Books, and Victoria from Books and Things. You can check out all of their channels down below, like I said, and yes, I look forward to all of you guys doing this because y'all know I love me some controversial opinions. So that is all for the controversial book tag. Let me know some controversial thoughts you have on books down below, and I will see all of you in my next video.